In this video, I'm going to share with you something I've been digging a lot lately, and it's basically going to be an ice cream elixir. And this is something I've been having twice a day, every day, for the past probably week and a half or 2 weeks. And sort of the focus and aim of this is to aid in recovery, in athletic performance, and just minimizing inflammation and soreness in the body. And as a result of drinking this, I've been able to train a lot harder, recover a lot faster, and thus progress a lot more, and eat something that's totally delicious and fun at the same time. So without further ado, let's get to the recipe. First, obviously you need a Vitamix blender, which, as you can see, I actually do have a Vitamix. And you might be wondering, you used to have a Blendtec, right? Yeah, well, I got rid of it for one reason. That's so I could make these drinks for myself on a regular basis. Just because I tried it in the Blendtec and it would kind of work, but it wouldn't really come out the way I wanted. And actually, kind of the turning point was I made the first sort of terrible drink that I've made in like 5 years. And I was like, I basically made it and it didn't work and it was awful. I had to throw it away and I was like, that's it. This is not going to work. Like, this doesn't happen. So, so that's here we are. First, you need the Vitamix because you need the tamper, and then from there, you're going to need about a cup of ice, cup and a half of ice, dry. You don't want any water or like melted stuff in here. You want fresh ice from the freezer. So let's start to build this up. First thing, which is probably really one of the most important ingredients, is powdered colostrum. This is going to, taste-wise, texture-wise, give the drink a milkiness and a creaminess. Also, from a nutrient standpoint, it's got just a whole array of growth factors and other things in it which aid in tissue regeneration, tissue repair, hence great for athletic recovery. So I have about, probably half a cup maybe of colostrum. So, anywhere from 1 tablespoons to 2 tablespoons all the way up to as much as you can afford to consume is great. Colostrum has like a 98% digestion and absorption rate in the body. It's pretty nice. But like I said, it's going to add a nice creaminess and a nice body to this, which leads me to the next tip, is that when you're making these drinks, it's best to sort of start with your fluffiest, densest ingredients on the bottom and then build up from there. That's sort of what I've been noticing. Next ingredient to sort of give us more milkiness and creaminess is going to be whey protein concentrate, which of course I had in one other video. And basically I just want to talk about this particular whey protein for a second, because truth be told, most whey proteins on the market are pretty garbage. And I've been searching for probably a solid year for one that's good. And tried pretty much everything out there. Found some that were grass-fed or found some that were undenatured, etc. And those are, okay and decent, but really doesn't come close to what I've just added into the blender, which, like I said in the previous video, I sourced it myself. And what this whey protein is not only is it undenatured, not only is it 100% grass-fed, but it's also certified organic, which you can't say for anything else. And it's sourced from local farms in America, in Wisconsin specifically, whereas most whey proteins come from outside of the country. So that's one thing. Also, it's sourced from family-owned farms, most of which that have 25 or less cattle. Pretty legit. And it's processed in a LEED certified factory with just crazy amounts of environmental consciousness that went into the construction and design of the factory, and going to be packaged in biodegradable, recyclable packaging. Pretty nuts, I know, and that's something I've been working on a lot in the last month and still working on right now. It's something that I hope to have out and released within the next month because it's so amazing. And I've been doing a lot of it in this sort of kind of format with this drink with the ice cream, and it tastes so good. And people that I've let try and sample it have been experiencing great results as well, saying this is the best whey protein I've ever tasted. Yes, it definitely is. It's not causing any allergies or weird sort of side effects or like resistance to it. It's definitely true, because this whey is more of closer to a food because it's not an isolate. So an isolate means basically they just isolate off all the amino acids and just leave off all the other nutrients. Which, sure, if you're dealing with like a garbage product, it's probably the best. You probably don't want what else is in there. But when you're dealing with something that's like really high quality, really high integrity product, you want all of it. You want all of the immune factors, growth factors, obviously the protein, all the vitamins and minerals and enzymes and all the things which make it all work together as a food. So that's a little bit about that. Something I'm really excited about and really enjoying a lot these last couple days, or last couple weeks, I should say. Next thing, minor ingredient, but very important, a couple dashes of salt to sort of bring up the sweetness of this drink. Next, to sweeten this, you're going to want to use some sort of powdered sweetener, because if you add honey or agave or something in there, it's just going to make the drink or the ice cream get all like heavy and goopy, and it won't have the texture that you want. So I'm using coconut sugar because it smells great, tastes great, and fairly low glycemic. I haven't really noticed any sort of irritation from it, and it works really well in this drink. So I just added about 2 tablespoons of that. You can add, 1 if you want, or a teaspoon if you want it to be sort of, lower on the sugar. But for me, it's pretty much the only sugar I consume. So, and I'm going to be working out, so it's really not a big deal. And it tastes amazing in this drink. Next, on the sweetness factors, I'm just going to add probably like a half teaspoon of just stevia powder, which just will sort of bring up the sweetness without adding a bunch of additional sugar. Because this is going to be something that tastes great. It's going to be really fun to eat. It's going to taste like vanilla ice cream. So we just want to go with that. Also, I forgot to mention, I just added 2 scoops of the whey protein, which is just a serving. It's about 20 grams of protein there. So forgot to mention that. Next, for the herbs that we're going to add into this drink, focusing on athletic performance, recovery, etc. First herb is cordyceps. And I'm going to add a teaspoon of cordyceps extract, this is sort of my newest formulation of cordyceps, and this batch is particularly delicious and flavorful and very pleasant, which is kind of hard for cordyceps because, I don't know, sometimes cordyceps doesn't always taste that good to me, but this, very good, very tasty. Next, as you can see, ants. I'm going to add probably a teaspoon of Polyrhacus ant extract as well. So 1 and 2, that's 1 teaspoon. So we have about 2 teaspoons of really potent, really powerful Chinese tonic herbs that are going to support the kidney energy, the lungs, the liver, as well as keeping down inflammation in the body, as well as serving as adaptogens, which help us adapt to stress, help our body just perform and utilize energy better. So that's why those are in there. That's why I chose them. Next ingredient, which is going to bring this all together, is vanilla powder. Just ground up vanilla bean, organic, which smells amazing. So that's it as far as the powders. Next, obviously you're going to need something to cream this up and give this some body, give this some sustenance. So I'm going to add about 1 tablespoon and 2 tablespoons, maybe a little bit more, 2.5 tablespoons of coconut oil to really give this some body and help it be creamy. You might be thinking, wow, that's a lot of stuff. Wow, you put, a lot of coconut oil in there. Well, like I said, this is sort of a meal. This is sort of like something to help you recover, something to help your body out, and for that reason, trying to get some good amount of calories in there, because I'm going to eat this and then let it digest for a little bit and then work out, and it'll power me through my workout, and then also start to aid in recovery, because all of the amino acids and stuff will be hitting my blood while I'm working out as well as afterwards. So it's a really good strategy for that. So now the fun part of making these ice creams, which is basically, I'm just going to turn this on for a couple minutes and just literally beat all of this stuff into submission. But I'm not going to let you watch me because it would be pretty boring and it would take a while. So I'm going to come back when this is ready and let you know how it tastes. Alright, so here I am with my finished product, and as you can see, it did not come out as thick as it usually does for me. It's usually more like ice cream right from the freezer. This, however, is more like soft serve or like frozen yogurt ice cream that's been sitting out and has melted a little bit. And this is because, you know, I stood here for a while and talked and the ice melted, and it was sort of the shake of the ice bag, and it was all the little, you know, some ice chunks, but then little sort of shavings at the bottom. So that's all I had left. I had to make it work, but just another reason why you should try to use the best ice that you can get, the freshest, best cubes. So what I can do, or what I like to do sometimes to just add another fun element to this, just to make it really enjoyable, is to just take a little bit more of the coconut sugar, maybe another, you know, half teaspoon or whatever, and just sprinkle it on top. And that gives it a, you know, a textural component from the crunch. And I'll walk up. Maybe you can see it. Let me just look behind the camera. Nope, you can't see it at all, actually. There we go. Yeah, I just spilled it on the floor. All right, there it is. Now you can see it. So there's the ice cream up close. You can see a little texture on top. I just spilled it on the floor. I'm showing you, so that's fine. I'll clean it up later. Taste-wise, excellent. Two quick things. One thing I like to do also is take a little bit of fish oil with it, just to add to the athletic recovery aspect and the keeping down inflammation, and just a good way to take even more nutrients. So I usually just take a spoonful and eat it. You can just stir it in if you want. Either way, it's all good. Also, the last thing that I just remembered is at night, because this is during the day and cordyceps and ant can be sort of energizing. So what I like to do is at night do a similar ice cream, but with the herbs, just do like medicinal mushrooms. So do some chaga extract, or do, you know, a mushroom blend extract, which also is another thing I'm working on, a mushroom blend of reishi, cordyceps, chaga, and lion's mane, all extracted in hot water. So I put that extract in there as well, just because those mushrooms are really great for the immune system, really great for helping to, you know, stimulate repair in the body, and they're just great to take before bed. Just they're nice and soothing and generate, for me at least, very tangible, very somatic, positive sensations. So that's it. That's the video. It's my recipe. It's so good. I'm gonna go eat this and be really happy about it. So, if you have any questions or comments, post them below, and I'll talk to you soon.